Welcome to the My Story app, a mobile app developed by the National Cancer Institute for brain tumor patients and caregivers. Let us show you around. First, download the app from your device's app store called National Cancer Institute My Story Brain Tumor app. This video uses the Apple iOS version of the My Story app. The Android version has a few minor operating system differences.
Once you enter the app, you will see the menu bar at the bottom. First, you can go to the Symptom Log section. Here, you will be able to track your symptoms and their severity and any functions they are impacting. We would recommend logging these daily, but you can log more or less based on how you feel and discussions you have with a member of your healthcare team, which can include your doctor, nurse practitioner, or other healthcare provider. Click on the Log Symptoms button. Here, you will select the symptoms you are experiencing and hit Next. Then you will select the level of severity for each symptom using the scale. Level 0 means not experiencing that symptom at all, and level 10 is experiencing that symptom at its worst. Then select how you would describe that symptom in the fields below. If you want to learn more about that symptom, you can click on the red magnifying glass and it will give you more information on that symptom. You can then hit back to go back to the Symptom Log section. Once complete, hit Save. Now you can log how your symptoms are impacting your functions. Select any function changes you are experiencing and hit Next. Then you will select the level of severity for each function using the scale. Then select how you would describe that function in the fields below. Once complete, hit Save. After you have logged your symptoms and functions for the day, you will see a Log Completed bar at the top with the time you have completed. You can also see faces on the right to show the level of severity you logged. Green is reporting mild, a severity from 1 to 4. Yellow is moderate, from 5 to 7. And red is severe, from 8 to 10. Once you have completed the log, you can generate a report. Click here on the top right. On this page, you can generate a report of the symptoms you have logged. First, select symptoms. You can select certain symptoms or functions individually, or select all at the bottom. Once you have selected the symptoms you want to report, click Done. Now you need to select the date range. You can select the date range from last week, last month, last 3 months, or put a custom date range in the field below. Then hit Done. Now you can generate the symptom report. Here you can see all of the symptoms you have logged, but also any events you have added in other sections, such as treatments, appointments, and self-care activities that we will discuss later in the calendar section. The top icons are labeled by sections. Then the line graph shows the level of severity for each symptom by date. If you want to change the symptoms or date range graphed in the report, hit the Select Symptoms or Select Date Range at the top. If you want to save the report, then hit the Report button at the top right, then Save/Share. The report file will be saved to your app in the Connect section. Now we will explore the Self-Care section of the app. This section of the app shows you ways to manage and recognize your symptoms. First, click on Search Symptoms. These symptoms included are the most common symptoms people with a brain tumor experience. You can click on each symptom here. For example, we will look at fatigue. For each of these symptoms, you will see what the definition is for that symptom. When you click on the plus sign, you can learn how to recognize that symptom, then how to manage that symptom through self-care activities, including diet, exercise, medication, and sleep. And then tips on when and how to report that symptom to a member of your healthcare team. These are general guidelines, and specific reporting instructions should come from your healthcare team. Once you are done with that symptom, you can click back if you have any other symptoms you would like to learn more about. Next, we will go to the Care Log section of the app. Here, you can track your self-care activities. We would recommend logging these daily. To start, click on Log Activity. Under the Self-Care activity, click on the box below and select the appropriate activity type from diet, exercise, sleep, medication, or other. Then click Done. Below the self-care activity, this is where you would include more details. So for diet, you could put in exactly what you ate. Then select the time and click Save. Once you have entered a self-care activity in the care log, you should see this screen that will include any activities you have logged for that day and the time and date you last logged. Once you are done, you can generate a report that you can save. You don't have to do this daily, but we would recommend creating a report weekly or monthly. On this page, you can generate a report of the self-care activities you have logged. First, select activities. You can select certain self-care activities individually or select all at the bottom. Once you have selected the activities you want to report, click Done. Now you need to select the date range. You can select the date range from last week, last month, last 3 months, or put a custom date range in the field below. Then hit Done. Now you can generate the self-care report. Here you can see all of the self-care activities you have logged by day in the graph. You can also see them at the bottom of the graph, how many days you have logged each activity, but also details about each activity that you entered. If you want to change the report, hit the Select Activity or Select Date range at the top. If you want to save the report, hit the Report button at the top right, then Save/Share. The report file will be saved to your app in the Connect section. Now we will go check out the Calendar section of the app. In this section, you can view if you have logged symptom or self-care activities previously, but you can also add in any treatments or appointments. You may also put in yesterday's symptoms if you forgot to do so, or past self-care activities. First, you will click on View and Add Event. On this screen, you can scroll up to see where you have logged activities. They will be shown by a colored dot under the date. If you click on the date, you can see the hourly breakdown for your day that will include the treatment and appointment events for that day. To add an event, click on the plus sign at the top or Add Event button at the bottom left. Under the Event category, click on the box below and select the appropriate event type, such as treatment, appointment, yesterday's symptoms, or self-care activity. Then click Done. Below the event details, this is where you would include more details. So for appointment, you can select what type of appointment here. Then select the time and click Add Event. If you would like to generate a report, You can click on the Report button at the bottom right, and it will take you to this menu screen where you can create a symptom or self-care report, which we discussed previously. Now we will go to the Connect section of the app. This is where you can share your activities and reports you have saved with others. This is helpful so you can share this with your loved ones or a member of your healthcare team. First, click on the Share button. This is where all of your reports are saved. Each one is a PDF file that is named by the type of report, either symptom or self-care, and then by the dates of the report so you can easily find them. These can be shared and saved by selecting the circle and then click on the Share button at the top right. You can select multiple symptom and self-care reports to share at the same time. Then your phone will give you options on how to share using your other apps, email, or saving to your files. This can be an easy way for you to send to your loved ones, to your support network, or to your healthcare team, or you could share at an upcoming visit. You can also save to a medical record app if you have one stored on your phone. If you are unsure which report you want, you can click on the report title to view that specific report. You can also easily delete any files by clicking on the trash can corresponding with the report you want to delete. You can also go back and generate additional symptom or self-care reports if needed. We hope you find this app helpful. Once you get comfortable with the app, we hope you can begin recognizing patterns in your symptom and self-care activities and share your findings with a member of your healthcare team. If you are still having issues or have any questions regarding the app, please email us at mystory@nih.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, National Institutes of Health, National Cancer Institute, cancer.gov, 1-800-4-CANCER, produced April 2021.